Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the channel. Hope you're all doing well. Hope you're having a nice day. It's a lovely day out there. Nice sunny day. Looks like it's a nice sunny day in Brighton as well. So there should be a great game in store for us today. There's a 15-minute delay in the kickoff, and that's because there's been an accident on one of the motorways leading into Brighton. And what's happening is that hope you're all doing well. Hope you're having a nice day. It's a lovely day out there. Nice sunny day. Looks like it's a nice sunny day. What's happening is that there's been a build-up of traffic trying to get to the game, and so the powers that be have delayed the game by just 15 minutes to give more fans chance to get to the game. But I would imagine that there's still going to be a lot left outside when this game gets underway, but we shall see. Yeah, 15 minutes, that's all they've given them. It's not much when you think that there's been an accident and there's a serious queues outside the ground. Maybe half an hour would have been better, but we are not in charge of it all. Thanks to Simply Joy, who's waiting for the channel and has joined us. And thanks to Jim as well. Nice to see you again, Jim. Hope you're well. Hope you've had a good day so far. Looking forward to another game here as neutrals, Jim. We can sit back and watch this and enjoy the game for what it is. And talking about the game for what it is, let's take a look at the two teams. First, we'll start off with Brighton. And Fabian Herzler has gone for a 4-2-3-1 formation. So it's Verbruggen in goal for Brighton. A back four of Wiefer at right back. Van Heck and Dunk will be the two centre-halves, and Kadioglu will play left back. James Milner, who's adding to his growing total of record Premier League appearances, it's 650 odd, maybe getting up to 660 now. He's in the starting lineup, so it'll be good to see him at the age of 40 plus. Grosser will play on the left-hand side. Gomez, Hinchelwood and Minte will be the three further forward in support of Danny Welbeck. Danny Welbeck, from what I was hearing on the coverage, is the top English goal scorer in the Premier League this year with 10. So he must be slightly disappointed that he didn't get into the England squad, but all he can do is keep scoring goals and see what happens. A big mention for Hinchelwood today because he's got a job on his hands today. Can he stop Szoboszlai? They're both in the same position. He will be tasked with picking him up and stopping him, dictating the play. They're not the same player, aren't Hinchelwood and Szoboszlai? Szoboszlai's a goal scorer and a creator. Hinchelwood's more of a workman-like player. And that'll be a battle to keep an eye on during the game. Moving on to Liverpool, Arne Slot has gone for another 4-1-2-1-2 formation. Different to ones we've seen before. A change in goal where Mamardashvili comes in. Apparently Alisson has picked up an injury in that weekend, the midweek game. So he's in. They have a back four of Frimpong at right back. I thought he had a good game on the Wednesday. I was quite impressed with him. He's got pace and power. He's strong as well. He's a good defender and he likes to get forward. Kanate and Van Dijk will be the centre-halves and Kerkez will play at left-back. Gravenberch will just play in front of the back four there just to give them a bit of extra defence when they're getting attacked by Brighton. They must actually think that Brighton are going to try and hit them on the break, and so Gravenberch will just sit in front of the back four, give them a bit of protection. Szoboszlai and Wirtz will play just in front there in a midfield too. Szoboszlai changing from his central midfield on Wednesday to the right side, but he was playing more right side on Wednesday anyway, so that won't affect him too much. And Wirtz will play on the left-hand side. McAllister will be just a bit further forward, and he will be looking to get in support of Gakpo up front and Ekitike. Mo Salah, as you will have realised now, he's not in the team. He's injured. He's not even on the bench. So a couple of changes in that Liverpool starting lineup there. So that's the two teams. We are about 9 or 10 minutes away from the kickoff there. So the live chat is open. And we've got 10 minutes to discuss the two teams that we've seen there. Formations, ideas on the teams, ideas on how they will play. Get them in and let us discuss them before the game gets started. Or if you just got a score prediction, let us know what you think. I didn't get the score prediction right yesterday. I forecast it was going to be 2-1 to Manchester United, and it ended up 2-2. So I wasn't far away, but nothing there. I'm going to have a think about this one. Brighton are a tough nut to crack at home, and they're on a good run at the moment. Liverpool just getting their act together as well at the business end of the season. Let's just take a look at the league places and see how this game will be affected by whichever result comes, because Liverpool at the moment are sat in 5th position, which is probably going to be the final qualifying position for Champions League. But hot on their heels are Chelsea, just a point behind them, and Brentford as well. I guess they've still got a bit of a lingering hope on 45 points, 4 points behind Liverpool. Liverpool will go ahead of Aston Villa if they win this game into 4th position, if only just for a few hours. And they will want to keep the pressure on, because the Champions League without Liverpool will be a big failure, and Arne Slot may come under a lot of pressure at the end of the season if Liverpool do not qualify for the Champions League. As we go all the way down to Brighton, they're in 12th position on 40 points. I mean, Brighton are a lot like the game that we saw yesterday, where Manchester United were challenging for Champions League spots, and same as Liverpool, where their opposition is languishing down in about mid-table, and they're not looking over the shoulders, thinking about getting relegated. And if the truth is known, European qualification is out of their reach, so not a great deal for Brighton to play for, really. So it depends how they can motivate themselves into competing against this Liverpool side. If we look at Brighton's recent form, it's lost 3 and won 3 of the last 6. So it's average, I think, is what you would say there. Liverpool's recent form has been won 3, lost 2 and drawn 1. So that's not their best of form as well. So it depends who turns up for this game, who's going to win the points. I'm still thinking about my score prediction. I think there will be goals in this game. Definitely will be goals in this game. Yeah, Jim, 2-2. I think Brighton might nick it. Yeah, I'm really struggling for a score for this one, because I think it could go either way, much like yourself. I think Liverpool will start slight favourites. And if Szoboszlai can win that midfield battle with Hinchelwood, I think that'll go a long way to deciding this game. And I'm going to go for a 2-1 for Liverpool. Gakpo's in the side now, replacing Salah. It's not a big loss for Liverpool, that. Salah's not been in the greatest form this season. And although he did score during midweek, he did miss a poor penalty as well. And I think Gakpo's a good replacement for him. Probably a bit more productive, if the truth was known. So they're not going to miss Salah that much, I don't think. So I picked Liverpool to pinch it, but 2-1. So thanks to everybody who's joined us for this live watch along. We're about 5 minutes away from kickoff, so the teams will be in the tunnel soon. Just to remind everyone, if you're not a subscriber to the channel, please do become a subscriber and hit that like button as well. It does help grow the channel. We're heading towards 250 subscribers. Only a small channel at the moment, but we are growing slowly but surely. But we can't do it without your help. We do appreciate your support, and becoming a subscriber is a big support for us. Teams are gathering in the tunnel now. Liverpool are there anyway. Brighton have not come out of their dressing room yet. And they're just gathering now at Brighton, so we're not far off the teams coming out, and we're not far off this game starting. Although it is about 15 minutes late. Yeah, you could be right there, Jim. Last time you saw Sally, it looked like he was struggling and maybe carrying a knock. I didn't notice that myself, but that could be right, yeah. Certainly something wrong with him because he's not in the squad at all today. Team's just coming out again now. Big crowd at the Brighton Stadium there. It's not a massive stadium, but they fill it every week. Just going to go for the usual formalities. The fireworks are going off, smoke rising in the air. Those flamethrower things that they have going off in the background there. I went to my local side, when will it have been? I think it was last season. And those flamethrower things were on the same side that I was sat, and you can feel the heat from them. And even though I was quite a long way away from them, so they throw a bit of heat to those things. Just have a quick look at the two teams again before the game gets underway. It's Verbruggen in goal for Brighton. And then it's Wiefer, Van Hecke, Dunk, Kadioglu, Milner, Grosse, Gomez, Hinchelwood, Minte and Danny Welbeck up front. For Liverpool, it's Mamadashvili, then Frimpong, Konate, Van Dijk, Kerkez, Gravenberch, McAllister, Wirtz, Zoboszlai, Gakpo and Ekitike. So that's the two teams. I've got my warm drink already before this game gets underway. I'm not far off a start, I don't think. Graphics are on the screen, so I can't see what colours they're playing in, but it looks like Liverpool are going to be in their normal all-red kit. There's no clash between them and the blue and white from Brighton, so normal colours for both sides. Be interesting to see how Ryan Gravenberch adapts to that more defensive role in midfield there, because he likes to get forward as well. And he's going to have to just hang back and concentrate more on his defensive duties and let the people like Zoboszlai and Wirtz in front of him do the creative stuff maybe this time. Maybe you won't see him get so far forward. Liverpool team just going through the usual hugs and handshakes, and I don't think they're going to do a team huddle this time. Yeah, it looks like they are going to. I think Brighton are lined up already. So maybe they've gone through theirs already. And I think that one of the things we've got to realise about this Liverpool team, that they played on Wednesday, and so as the game gets into the latter stages, will they just run out of a bit of energy? They put a lot into that game on Wednesday to come out quite convincing 4-0 winners, although, to be fair, the Turkish side wasn't that good, didn't offer much resistance. Liverpool to kick off the first half, kicking from right to left. Bright sunshine bathing one half of the pitch, and we are underway. The other half is in shadows, and that one's just being kicked straight out into touch. Strange kick off there, didn't go back to the keeper, it was just kicked straight into touch. And I think then the thinking is there that they can squeeze Brighton in deep in their own half, but it's a strange one, that. I think they'll come up with something a bit more creative than that for a kick-off. Anyway, it's Kadioglu who's going to take this throw. It's pinched about 10 yards, running up the pitch to throw it. Played in by Gravenberch. Zoboszlai and McAllister work it between each other. Zoboszlai's pass is deflected into the path of Wirtz. Dunk heads it away. Kadioglu's in there with Zoboszlai again. And Frimpong plays it back to Konate. Back to Frimpong, just inside the Brighton half on the far side, the right-hand side. Gravenberch's going to spread one across to the left. Kerkez will bring that one down in the shadows, gives it to Ekitike, who plays it straight back, and Kerkez is making a run for the byline. And Van Hecker goes in there, gets a foot in. I think that's a throw to Liverpool, right on the corner flag on this near side. Enjoy your gym?
Yeah.
You get a bus back?
Yeah. It's not so bad. Good with breathing. Terrible.
Gravenberch with a header. Zoboslai gets an elbow in the back, goes down. Referee, has he given the free kick to Liverpool? He should have done. He's having a word with Zoboslai. And the slot is not happy. He was saying it's a free kick and then it's not been given. Just see that again. Well, Zoboslai gets an elbow in the back of the head from James Milner. And then don't get the free kick for that. He must have done, surely. No, well, it would appear that he didn't. Well, I can't understand. That's the first stupid refereeing decision of this game so far. Let's hope it's the last one. It's back with Mamadashvili under pressure. He clears it long. Ekitike's up there. Gets it away to Wirtz now. Zoboslai's down his right side. Frimpong's coming alongside as well. He still has it as Wirtz. Puts a cross in that hits defender and goes out for a throw. And Ekitike is down on the halfway line. Let's see what happens there. As Milner is involved in that one again. Still gone down. I think he's got one of those bangs on the thighs that when I was playing football, they used to be called a dead leg. And they were painful. Yeah, it was just coming together side to side, but Ekitike has come out the worst of it. Ekitike is still down. Yeah, it's definitely got a dead leg by the looks of it. He's still laid down there. He's in a lot of pain as well. Just trying to stretch his leg now, just to loosen that muscle up after the bang. You're not missing anything if you just joined the channel. It's a break in play while Ekitike receives treatment on the halfway line. Curtis Jones warming up. Well, he's not a direct replacement for Ekitike. Ekitike is back on his feet, but he's limping badly on that left leg. Sometimes you can run those dead legs off, but at the moment there, he's limping quite badly. Yeah, it's not looking good. I mean, this would be a disaster for Liverpool to lose Ekitike this early in the game. Anyway, he's gone to the touchline to do his 30 seconds off, but he's having to be supported as he's walking around the outside of the pitch. He's just going to try a little jogging now just to see if he can loosen it up a bit. And plays back underway. The ball's been given away to Wirtz, will give it to Kerkez. Van Dijk, back to Kerkez, back to Van Dijk, who's going back towards his own goal. He gives it to Kanate. He just steps inside a tackle and plays a long ball over the top. McAllister just couldn't bring that in. Gakpo couldn't bring that in. And then Milner, who's on fire at the moment, he's really wound up. He was in with a tackle there, another fierce tackle. Anyway, Ekitike is back on. See if he can get loosened up, because Curtis Jones is warming up, and he's not a direct replacement for Ekitike. They'd have to change the team formation, which they won't want to do if they can help it. Anyway, the ball's back with Verbruggen now anyway. Gakpo with his hand all strapped up there, his right hand all strapped up. Ekitike's gone down again apparently, even though we can't see it. So it looks like his game is probably over. He's been helped up by Dunk, but I think that's the end of him. And Curtis Jones looks like he is going to be the one who's coming on. To see how Liverpool are going to change this then. So already we've got a bit of added time to go on at the end of this first half already, as Ekitike slowly walks off. So that's a blow for Liverpool, losing someone who's scored 17 goals this season for them. It's going straight down the tunnel as well. So we'll see how that changes their formation, Liverpool. Frimpong hoists the ball high in the air, not very far. Header is won by Milner. Gravenberch does well to get out of a tight situation there and lays it off to McAllister, and he gives it out to the right. Played inside into the middle. Szoboszlai gives it to Gravenberch, who's pushed forward. Kanate, who's high up the pitch as well. Szoboszlai turns back inside, gives it to McAllister. One touch pass into Wirtz. Frimpong on the right-hand side, back to Wirtz. Goes back to Frimpong. It's a good run by Frimpong, and he's just been held back. He just lost control of the ball, and then he laid it back to Szoboszlai, and from the edge of the box that's a wild one from Szoboszlai for his class and accuracy. So we've put it that far over the bar. I thought Frimpong was in there at first, but it was just held up, probably by Kadioglu, who was following him back. And then Szoboszlai's fired it high over the bar. Verbruggen goes deep over the head of Van Dijk. Must have touched one of the Liverpool players, because it's been given as a throw to Brighton. Vifer takes it quickly. Milner gives it back to him. Chests back to Vifer, but it's been picked up by Gravenberch. And Szoboszlai sidesteps a pass and has seen the goalkeeper off the goal. Goes for the long chip from just inside the Brighton half, but it was a comfortable one for the goalkeeper, Brighton Verbruggen. It wasn't even on target and wasn't even reaching the goal. Verbruggen lays it out to the left. Dunk gets it to Kadioglu. He lays it down the line. Gravenberch intercepts the ball, lays it inside to Gakpo. Gakpo goes down, but it's no foul. Referee playing an advantage for Brighton now. Hinchelwood's inside now. Is that ball going to reach him? No, it's given away. Jones, little touch on, and it's a good one. It's come up to Wirtz, who's coming down the middle. Gakpo makes a run into the middle, but that's just too far in front of him. And Verbruggen's going to come sliding out to collect that ball. into Frimpong, sticks with him, deflects the ball high into the air. Mamardashvili is going to catch that just outside his 6-yard box. Prevents the corner. Ball's now with Kanate, then Frimpong goes down the line. Spread long and left, looking for the run of Gakpo. It's chasing him wide, but he's gone out to the outside. Little back flick onto the defender. He knew he was behind him, and cleverly it comes off him and gets the corner. All the big guys from the back are slowly, very slowly going forward. There's no hurry here. Take this corner. First one of the game. From the Liverpool left, it's going to be a right-footed inswing. I don't know whether Szoboszlai is taking it or not. Bit of pushing going on. Here it comes now. At the near post, but it's cleared away. Out for a throw. Szoboszlai takes it quickly and gives it to Curtis Jones. He spreads out to the right, looking for Frimpong, but it's behind him and it has so much pace that it goes out for a throw near the halfway line. That's poor from Curtis Jones there. Into the middle. Van Hekken out. He turns and goes all the way back to Verbruggen, who's well out of his goal. He's a good 10 yards out of his goal. But Liverpool are not going to go press him, and he has chance to pick a pass out. It goes straight down the middle, and it goes straight through to the Liverpool goalkeeper. And Liverpool are committing a few mistakes here. Mamardashvili hits the ball to the right to Kanate. He must have taken his eye off it, lifted his foot up. It went straight underneath it and out for a throw to Brighton. Mitoma now. Gomez, and there's a goal. And that's Liverpool's own doing. Welbeck stuck that in the back of the net. The ball was crossed over to the far post, headed back across to Welbeck, who was stood pretty well unmarked, and headed into the back of the net. And that's all because of the Liverpool's own stupidity between Mamardashvili and Kanate. And just take a look at that one again. Throw's taken. Cross to the back post. Gomez headed it back across the goal. And at the back post, Welbeck was there for a free header into the back of the net. Easy goal. Great header back by Gomez. And it's their own doing, really, there. They give the chance for Brighton to attack them from a deep position that they gave away when they really didn't need to. Back underway. Verts gets the ball through to Gakpo. He's in on goal now, and he let the ball just get caught underneath his feet as he tried to open himself up and slot it past the goalkeeper, and then couldn't really drag it back forward and get his shot away. He just overrun it. He just overrun the ball by a step or two, and the ball was behind him when he tried to let his shot go. There's a chance there for Liverpool, and Szoboszlai's put the ball out now, has he? Yes, he has. Poor passing by Liverpool. They're not on the ball at the moment at Liverpool. Yeah, terrible defending, Jim. They're their own worst enemy at Liverpool. That's about the second or third pass they've given away in their own half, resulting in Possession given straight back to Brighton. There's Van Hecker coming away with it now. Out to the right to Gomez, who set that goal up with his header back across the goal. Van Hecker puts the ball in. Welbeck headed it back down. It's cleared away. Headed back down by Dunk. Goes to the number 24, Kadioglu. Dunk. And Dunk is going to go all the way back to Verbruggen. Gives it back to Dunk. Dunk gets it to the left to Kadioglu. Slips it inside to Gross. Right-footed, he goes across the pitch to the number 27. That's Vife. Brings the ball down. Held up by Kerkez. It's played down the line, looking for the run of Gomez, but he's not going to reach that, and it skips out for a throw. Kerkez clearance goes across the pitch to Frimpong. He waits for Zoboslai to come back to him, and he gets it back off Zoboslai and gives it to Kanate. Just in the centre circle, lays it into McAllister, lays it out to Frimpong. Can he make it? No, he can't. It's good defending. Then that was Minte who was back there. Clearance goes to Zoboslai, brought down by Van Dijk, and he's going to go all the way back to Mamadashvili. Clearance goes long, but it's easily picked up by Vife, and he gives it back to Verbruggen. Verbruggen lays it out. Gomez. Van Heck is closed down by Kerkez and gets his foot in, but he only deflects it out for a goal kick. Second short. Milner plays it down the line. It's kept in. Van Dijk slices his clearance out for a throw. Vife takes it. Spreads it over to the left. Out to Minte. Comes back inside to the centre circle where Van Hecker. He gives it to Vife. Back to Van Hecker. Milner forcing Vife backwards, and eventually he's going to go all the way back to Verbruggen. He goes left. Inside to Van Heck. That's a great play by Minte to be able to create himself some space by skipping around a couple of tackles, coming inside. Now the ball's down the right-hand side. Gomez coming inside, just outside the penalty area. Gives it back to Minte. Out to the left. Kadioglu on his right foot. He lays one down for the run of Minte. He can chip one to the back of the box. Gomez was up there, and it was just a little bit too high, and his header goes over the bar. But the Liverpool defence there, Jones stood off Minte and gave him the space to be able to put his cross in. And Gomez wasn't marked by anybody. There was no one close to him. There's no one goal side of him. And if that had been a bit lower down, he'd have had an easy header on goal, because no one could have challenged him for it. They were stood in front of him, behind him, and not alongside him. Kerkez gets the ball down the left now, going for Verts, but Van Hecker's going to beat him to it. And it's put out for a throw. Thought he'd maybe kept it in, but he hadn't. The throw goes to Curtis Jones. He goes to his right to Gravenberch. Gravenberch puts his foot on it and looks for his options. His option was Wirtz and gives it back to him. Then he goes to Van Dijk. Now Wirtz is in the centre circle with a bit of space in front of him, and he's looking for his options. He spreads out to the right to Frimpong, who's got a bit of space now. He's going to come inside, lays it off to Szoboszlai. Szoboszlai puts a cross in. There's a header. That's a good header as well by McAllister, and Verbruggen down at his near post palms it away round the post and away for a corner. Szoboszlai's going to take this from the far side, the right-footed away swinger this time. And it comes now. Headed back in by Van Dijk. It's bounced around. It's hacked away by Brighton. Jones was there trying to get in there as well. Szoboszlai's going to put it back into the box again now. Headed back in by Van Dijk. Picks out Kerkez. Van Dijk's still up there. Kerkez looking for his options. Has to turn back. Gives it to McAllister. McAllister plays the ball inside. Gravenberch now on the edge of the box, moving left, brought down. Gomez brought him down. And this is in prime position for Szoboszlai. The last thing they want to do is give free kicks away in those positions, because we've seen what Dominik Szoboszlai can do. And here's a chance. It's about 2 or 3 yards outside the 18-yard box. It's just to the left of centre, but it's in a great position for Szoboszlai to smash another one in. And I'm sure that the Brighton defenders have worked hard on these, how they're going to defend these free kicks from Szoboszlai if they have to face one. Looks like there's a wall going up and the draft excluder is below it. That's Hinchelwood who's laying down there as the draft excluder. Just turn your head away from it and hope the ball doesn't hit you. Five in the wall, 3 Liverpool players just to the left of that wall, and Szoboszlai lining that side up. Verbruggen's covering his left-hand side. Szoboszlai takes a couple of steps up now, and he hits one over the bar. Not his best. He's looking to get it up and over, but he got it too high. Didn't get it to dip before it went over the bar. Won't be happy with that. Milner's let the ball run away from him, and the ball's gone out for a throw to Liverpool. Kerkez is going to take it. Gives it to Jones. Jones has gone all the way back to Van Dijk and gets it back on the left-hand side. He plays a ball into Gakpo. Skips around a tackle from Grosser and is brought down, and the referee is given the free kick. Minte. And Minte has got a yellow card for that. Just see whether it was for the tackle. Yeah, it was. It was right on top of Gakpo's foot. That was not a great tackle, that. And although Minte did complain about it, he deserved every bit that he got. Szoboszlai's over this one. This time it's probably 10 or 15 yards further back, so more to do if he's going to beat the goalkeeper for me. But we've seen that he can do it. It's going to chip on into the back of the box where Van Dijk heads it back across. And before it gets to Kerkez, it's headed away. I think it might have been by Lewis Dunk, that, and it's a corner to Liverpool. Another Szoboszlai away swinger from the right-hand side. Hand in the air. Couple of steps up. In it comes. Another deep one. Van Dijk gets his head to it. But it's Van Hecker who controls the ball on his knee and then hacks it away. Frimpong wins the header. Maybe brought down by Minty. There was a referee's playing a bit of an advantage, but Minty's just been booked and he's got to be careful. The referee's stopped the play now because Frimpong stayed down. Frimpong's got to be careful here. Let's see that challenge again from Minty. There's not much in that. It was Frimpong's landing that's probably done the damage there. I don't think that Minty did too much wrong there. Ball's been given back to Liverpool. It's Gravenberch on the centre circle halfway. Goes left to Van Dijk. Little 5 yards ball inside for Gravenberch. And he tried to get a ball through for Kerkez, who had made a run. It was intercepted and out for a throw. Van Dijk gets the throw from Jones. Goes all the way across to the right to Frimpong, but it's headed away by Kadioglu. Throw taken quickly. It's given to Szoboszlai in a bit of space now. He gives it to Gravenberch. Back to Szoboszlai. Then to Konate, just inside the Brighton half. Back to Konate. Played back inside. Szoboszlai, who's had to drop a little bit deeper now. Gives it to Van Dijk. Van Dijk going back to his own goal. He was under a bit of pressure there from Welbeck, but he's got it across to the right-hand side. It's Konate. Plays it inside to Gravenberch. Then it's given to McAllister. Curtis Jones makes a run in the inside right channel and it's chipped in for him. And luckily the defender has headed it away for a corner. He'd followed that run. Just a little header away by Kadioglu. Good defending to go with the runner and not just delay for a second and let them get a yard in front of you. It's going to be another Szoboszlai away swinger from the right-hand side. In it comes near post one that's headed easily away. Gomez, picked up by Frimpong. Frimpong's going to go all the way back to Mamardashvili. I say all the way back. He was a good 20 yards outside his goal. He's played it. It's an equaliser. Kerkez has equalised. And Brighton have given that one away. And the ball was played long by Mamardashvili. The defender didn't know anyone was behind him. It looks like it was Lewis Dunk, just did a blind backheader back to his goalkeeper. Didn't know that Kerkez was behind him, and he got to the ball before the keeper did, flicked it over him, and it's in the back of the net, and it's 1-1. Kerkez was anticipating that as well. That's great play by Kerkez, and he had the composure to just flick it over Verbruggen, who was well out of his goal, and into the back of the net. Ekitike is a miss because I can't see who's the furthest forward now. Who's playing that centre forward role that Ekitike was? Unless Gakpo now is playing central, he's playing like a false number 9, I don't know. Anyway, it's back at 1-1. Vifa coming centrally, spreads it across to the left. It's Kadioglu on the edge of the box, puts a cross into the back post. It's Gomez, who's just let the ball run away from him a bit, but he's gathered it. He's got stuck under his feet a bit there. Kerkez has forced him back. Milner now plays it back in. Vifa gives it away to Wirtz. Wirtz plays a ball inside. It was looking for Gakpo, but that was a poor one. Brighton have won it back. Chance for a cross from Gomez. Does put the cross into the near post. It's headed away by Curtis Jones. Then they try to get Gakpo away, but again, Van Hecke's covering that all the way back to Verbruggen. He lays it out to Dunk. McAllister comes to engage. Dunk plays out to the right. Gomez plays the ball inside. There's Vifa. Hinchelwood again, another shot from 20 yards out. He's over the bar. Exchange passes with, I think that was, yeah, it's just over the bar. Exchange passes with Welbeck and then hit it left-footed, but it was always rising over the bar. Gakpo, well, he was tussling there with Vifa, and Vifa went down, and I thought that a moment there that was Gakpo was away. It was 6 of one and half dozen of the other, but the referee has given it in the favour of the defender. Milner goes back to Verbruggen. He drives it long eventually. Kerkez is, well, it's gone deep into the penalty area, and Kerkez was waiting for Mamardashvili to come for it, and he should have done, but he didn't, and in the end he had to hook it away. I mean, when it runs that far into the penalty box, that's got to be the keeper's, and he was hesitant there. FIFA has it now, but he goes all the way back to Van Hecke on the halfway line. He lays it back to Dunk, and Dunk's going to go all the way back to Verbruggen. And then Verbruggen drives it long. Brought down, given to Gross. Kerkez concedes the throw. Laid back by Vifa. Van Hecke, bit of time to pick a pass. Goes all the way across to the left to Kadioglu. Then to Minte. Held up by Frimpong. He's going to run past Frimpong, is he? And he's got a bit of space. He has. He's into the box, then slips. And the ball is cleared. Into McAllister. McAllister turns. But he's lost the ball. Kadioglu has the ball again. He plays it into Minte. Minte goes down after a clash with Frimpong, but he was never going to collect that ball anyway. And the referee's not interested whatsoever. And Arne Slot is saying there that it was a dive. And he probably had an argument there from Minte going down there, and he's got to be careful, Minte. I think that's what Arne Slot was saying. Well, he's been booked once, and that was a dive. Why wasn't he booked a second time? That's probably why the referee never booked him. Frimpong hooks it away. It's going to be picked up by Kadioglu before it goes out. It's just inside the Brighton half, over on the far side. He's going to lay it back to Dunk. It's going to go back to Kadioglu. Plays the ball down the line. Milner lays it off to Minte. Minte has to go back to Dunk. And Dunk goes back to Verbruggen. He plays the ball in front of him. That's Grosser. Verbruggen then lays it out. Fed back into Dunk. Given to Verbruggen. FIFA comes short for it. He's being forced back by Jones. Goes back to Verbruggen. And eventually Verbruggen puts his foot through it. It's brought down by Welbeck. FIFA now goes left looking for Minte, but Frimpong's going to get to that first. Heads it out and Brighton get the throw. Halfway inside the Liverpool half. Welbeck. Milner seeing plenty of ball in the middle there. Milner gets the ball back again. Plays it out to Minte. It's a good ball there. He plays it back into Kadioglu. He squares it across the box, just outside the box now. It's Gomez. He goes back a little bit there. Vifa again. Van Heck still deep inside the Liverpool half. Liverpool defending on the edge of the box. Milner gives it back to Van Heck. Striding slowly forward. Gets out to Minte on the left. Frimpong comes to engage him. Minte has to go back to Dunk. It's played inside to Kadioglu. Kadioglu goes outside. And Dunk goes long, looking for Kadioglu. He managed to keep it in as well. I thought it'd gone out, but he managed to keep it in, and Brighton can keep the pressure on here. Kadioglu's got the return ball, puts a cross into the box, headed away by Kanate from the edge of the box. There's a volley. Vifa. But that was probably wider than it looked. I thought first it might have been on target. We'll see it from behind. Oh, yes, miles wide. Sliced right across that one. Liverpool's keeper's looking a bit shaky, says Jim. Yeah, got to agree. Mamadashvili. Verts spreads out to the right-hand side, brought down on the chest by Frimpong. He lays it back to Szoboszlai. Van Dijk chips one long, and that's another poor ball. Do you think that Liverpool are just looking a bit slow? Maybe their exertions from Wednesday are just catching up with them a bit here. Because Brighton are playing a high-intensity game, and Liverpool are struggling with it at the moment. He's Welbeck now, over on this right side. Maybe have swapped sides now. He's gone all the way back to Verbruggen. He gives it to Dunk. Played inside to Milner. Milner goes back to Verbruggen under pressure. He lays it out to Welbeck. Tries to lay a ball inside. Vifa goes down under the challenge of Kerkez, and the referee blows the whistle. Driven long, headed away by Frimpong, but it came to Gross. He tried to lay it out to the left. His pass was misplaced, and it goes out for a throw to Liverpool. And it ends all the way back up with the keeper, Mamadashvili. His clearance is just sliced straight in the air. Frimpong and Minte battling with it again together there. Frimpong just manages to shepherd the ball out before Minte can drag the ball back from the goal line. Gakpo goes down under the challenge. Referee's having none of it. Vifa. Gross to Minte. He's got a couple around him. He's being pulled back by Kanate, was he? On the edge of the box. Now the referee's having none of it. He lets play go on, and it's a goal kick to Liverpool. Did look like he was dragged back a bit there. Kanate has just had hold of his sleeve just for a second or two. Minte, if he was dragging him back, the drag back was outside the area anyway, so it was never going to be a penalty. And then Minte made sure that he dived into the penalty box, but the ball did come off him last, and it's right that it was given as a goal kick. Yeah, I thought that too, Jim. When I first saw the pull back, I thought, well, that's enough on the edge of the area for a free kick, but referee said no. Kerkez didn't win that header against Gomez, but it's given away. Verts can spread it wide to Frimpong, who's up wide now on the right-hand side. It's laid back down the line, back for Frimpong. Just kept it in. Laid it back to Jones, who's swapped sides for the moment. But it's been slowed down now and sent back to Konate, to McAllister, and out to Kekes on the left-hand side. Now he's got Gakpo in support out there. Gakpo is being forced back, though. Gets a kick on the heels by Gomez. But Gakpo does well. Gives it to Gravenberch. Moving right. Jones gets it out to Frimpong over on the far side again. Just outside the edge of the area. Gives it back to Jones. Coming more central, it's McAllister. McAllister goes left to Van Dijk. He gives it immediately to Kekes. Kekes goes back to Zoboszlai. It's going backwards and forwards across the front line at the moment. Jones gives it to Frimpong. Minte is holding him up. Is he going to take him on? He's thought about it. He's gone past him as well. He's got a chance to pick a pass out now, and he doesn't. And the cross came across onto the 6-yard box. Dunk tried to chest it back to his keeper, and it was just out the reach of the keeper, and it's gone out for a goal, a corner. You can see what Dunk was trying to do there, but he just left it a bit wide of the keeper, and the corner is the result. 5 corners to Liverpool so far, none to Brighton. Two and a half minutes to go of normal time. Ball is loose in the box again. They're all battling for it. Konate's trying to battle for it. Milner clears it away for a throw, but it's still deep inside the Brighton half. It's taken quickly. Zoboszlai has it. He gives it to Jones. Zoboszlai makes a run inside that's not seen Gravenberch. Gets it across to the right-hand side. Played inside. Gravenberch again going centrally across the box again, though. Tries to pick out a header by Van Dijk. He gets it across to Van Dijk. It's high into the air. And Verbruggen makes a comfortable catch, even though Konate was trying to challenge for it. Looks like Van Dijk did manage to stay on side. Oh, gee. Zoboszlai almost nicked that from that pass from Gross there. So dangerous of flying these passes around outside their own box without looking. And Zoboszlai just couldn't reach it, although he slid in. So dangerous. Kadioglu's been told to move back 5, 6, 7 yards before he takes this throw. And Kadioglu's in no hurry whatsoever. Sveit's under a lot of pressure. I thought he'd given the ball away, but Van Dijk got the ball across. It was headed away. Welbeck's brought down. The referee's given the free kick, even though he could have allowed an advantage there. Konate's not happy with that. And Konate gets a yellow card for it. Was it that bad of a free kick that it needed a yellow card? It's a foul, but nothing more than that. And the referee's throwing a few... Yeah, it's a foul, but it's nothing more than that. Unless Konate actually said something. The foul didn't look like it warranted a yellow card to me. But it's on the halfway line in the centre circle. It's been passed by Milner to Dunk. Milner gets the ball back. Right-footed, goes long and right. Headed back inside by Gomez and then cleared away. Van Dijk. 5 minutes added time at the end of this first half. That's for the injury to Ekitike. It's Gross now. Spreads it to the left. Good header by Grosser to Minte. Minte gets his cross in. Mamardashvili gets a touch to that as it goes across, and it's just enough to take it behind all the rushing in Brighton players. And then Kekes' clearance doesn't go that far before it goes out. Vital touch by Mamardashvili, I think, there. It's Kadioglu who got the ball, just nodded it into the path of Minte. Minte was away into the Liverpool box. But they're still putting the pressure on now with Gross. He puts a cross in that Frimpong heads away, not very far though. Minte's picked up, still in the box. He's going for that byline again, gets a cross in that Frimpong manages to block with his foot, and it goes out for a corner. If he hadn't touched that, Mamardashvili, then Welbeck was just going to nod that into an empty net. It's Gross who's going to take this one from the left-hand side. The right-footed in-swinger. Minute and a half into the 5 minutes added time, so there's still plenty of time. Hand in the air, a couple of steps forward. In it comes now, swinging in. Headed away by Van Dijk, picked up on the edge of the box by Milner. Left-footed shot is flicked back inside. It takes a couple of deflections, and then Szoboszlai clears it away. There's a push there by Milner on Wirtz. But it's okay, it's cleared away. And gets a round of applause, Milner, for his endeavour. Yeah, I've got to agree with you there, Jim. Milner's been involved in everything in this first half. He's really psyched up for this game. Could tell from the first tackles that he put in. Szoboszlai gets it all the way back to Mamardashvili. He spreads it out to the right to Kanate. Frimpong makes a run forward and the ball's played down the line, and Frimpong's going to get there before Kadioglu does, but Kadioglu sticks with him, holds him up on the edge of the box, plays it back to McAllister. Jones goes down, but it's been given away to Wirtz. Wirtz has got a chance to get into the box. He has a shot. It's a tame one, straight up Verbruggen at his near post. Verbruggen drives it long, high. Kanate headed it away. Frimpong heads it back into the air. Minte goes for the ball. Goes for the return, but he's fouled Frimpong by the looks of things, and the referee has given the free kick. Welbeck not happy with that, but the referee's explaining. Frimpong's down there. Something with his left ankle, probably. Back to his feet anyway. Minte is certainly giving Frimpong a hard time. All the way across to the left. Kerkez couldn't keep the ball. FIFA chips it forward. It's picked. Oh, that was... McAllister would have felt that. Free kick's given to him, and there's a yellow card coming out for Gomez, and he really would have felt that one. I don't know where he caught him. Oh, yeah, right on the top of his foot. That is going to be painful, is that? Yeah, a real stamp on the top of his right foot. You could hear the scream from here. Several of these Brighton players are going to have to watch themselves in this second half because they're all on yellow cards, and they're putting in a few challenges, that's for certain. Looks like McAllister's back up, but he's limping. Five minutes is up, but there might be another few seconds to go for Szoboszlai to take this one and swing it into the box, right-footed, before the whistle goes. And it comes now, but it's headed away, and that's the end of the half. It wasn't a bad first half, and we've seen a couple of goals. There was no real pattern to it. Neither a team have dominated the game. They've made some fundamental mistakes of both teams, which has resulted in the 2 goals. But for a neutral, we like to see a few mistakes, a few goals, a few tackles going in. And we've certainly seen that. At half-time, it's 1-1. Thanks to everyone who's joined us for the live watch along so far. I hope you're enjoying it. If you are, do us a favour and hit that subscribe button, especially if you like all things Premier League and especially Leeds United. We'll do lots of watch alongs, although saying that, won't be doing the one tonight because I have to work, which is a shame because I'm looking forward to this one, but I will be listening to it on my radio while I'm working. Let's take a look at the first half stats. There's no other games going on at the moment, and there's only one game that kicks off at 3 o'clock, and that's the Fulham-Burnley game. The rest were a 5:30 kick-off between Everton and Chelsea, and then Leeds and Brentford at 8 o'clock. So let's take a look at these stats for this first half. I would think it'll be pretty even if the truth was known, but well, let's see what it says. Well, yeah, it's 50.4% possession to 49.6% possession in favour of Brighton. Expected goals, 0.67 to Brighton and 0.78 to Liverpool. So Liverpool are just carrying that bit of extra threat. And that shows in the fact that Brighton have had 5 shots and Liverpool have had 8. 1 on target for Brighton, 3 on target for Liverpool. Touches in the opposition box, 9 for Brighton and 17 for Liverpool. 2 saves by Verbruggen and none by Mamardashvili. Fouls committed, 4 each. Corners, 5-1 in favour of Liverpool. So that's the relevant stats for this first half. So the live chat is open at half-time. Let us know what you think about what you've seen so far. Been a few tackles going and a few mistakes that have contributed to the 2 goals we've seen. Let us know what you think. Well, I predicted 2-1 to Liverpool, so I've still got a chance with this one so far. Jim predicted 2-2, but he thinks Brighton might nick it, so he's in with a good chance. It's all to play for these 2 teams. More at stake for Liverpool than for Brighton, but Brighton have maybe just shaded it in this first half in regards to being the better side. I think they've offered a bit more of a threat going forward than Liverpool have, mainly because Brighton have moved the ball quicker than Liverpool have. Liverpool have been a bit ponderous again at times, and I guess that could have a lot to do with the fact that Ekitike went off early in that first half, and they haven't really replaced him. I think that Gakpo is not a centre forward; he's more of a winger, and they're missing that target man now. Just to let you know that tomorrow, the game between Newcastle and Sunderland kick off at 12 o'clock. If you can join us for that, we're doing a live watch along. Been good to see you there. Should be an intense game. There's no doubt about that. There should be a bit of blood and thunder in that game. There's no love lost between those 2 teams, as we saw in the first game. And how would that affect both sides? I mean, I don't think that Newcastle are really threatening a European position. 42 points would take them to 45, depending on what other results happen later on. Yeah, I think they're maybe it's maybe a bit too far for them. Sunderland down in 13th, 40 points. Had a great season for a first season. I wish that Leeds had a good a season as that. Mind you, Sunderland took half the players that we were looking at. So, yeah, 2 mid-table teams, not a great deal to play for, but pride. And that can count for a lot in those games. But at the moment, 1-1. The live table shows Liverpool on 50 points now, 2 points ahead of Chelsea, who have got a game in hand, 1 point beyond Aston Villa. Liverpool want that win to go above Villa just for the next couple of hours at least till Villa gets their game underway. I think they're playing, is it tomorrow, is it? Yeah, it will be interesting to see if Liverpool change anything at half-time, because I don't think it's worked up front since Curtis Jones has come on and they've moved Gakpo more central. It's not worked, hasn't that? Just have a look at the Liverpool side and see who they've got on the bench to see who they could have brought on. I couldn't really figure out why they brought Curtis Jones on. They haven't got a real out-and-out forward up front on the bench. That's only maybe Chiesa. Could have brought him on, I suppose. Maybe they don't trust him up there because he wasn't brought on, which must be a blow to his morale. The only forward on there, really, Ungamoa, is not a centre forward, not in the Ekitike mould anyway. I think that sooner or later, Ungamoa will get on later on, not quite after half-time. Just seeing that goal again. It was a really strong header by Gomez back across the goal for Welbeck to head it in, because he was a good 4 yards beyond the back post, and he put a strong header in that got right across to Welbeck and made it a simple job for him to head it back in. And what had happened with the equalising goal is that Kerkez had made a run from the left-hand side looking for a ball over the top, and it was a poor ball that was cut out in the middle by, I think it was Lewis Dunk, wasn't it? And all he had to do was head it forward, but without thinking, he headed the ball back thinking it was going to go straight through to Verbruggen, but Kerkez had made his run behind, carried on with his run behind the Brighton defenders, and the ball bounced up beautifully in front of him to be able to just flick it over the top of Verbruggen and into the back of the net. Quarter to 2. We're just a bit late, if anyone didn't realise. The game kicked off 15 minutes late because of problems on the roads leading into Brighton. So we are 15 minutes behind the normal scheduled time. I think after this, it's the international break. Just take a look at fixtures. Just bear with me a sec. I'll just bring up the next fixtures and see what we actually have over the next few days. So Aston Villa play tomorrow. So if Liverpool do win this game, they'll stay above Aston Villa for at least 24 hours. Then West Ham play at 2:15 tomorrow against Villa, and Tottenham kick off at the same time against Nottingham Forest. And the 4:30 game is obviously the Carabao Cup final. And the next game's out until the 10th of April, because we've got the international break, and then when they come back from the international break, we're straight into the FA Cup. So the next games aren't until the 10th of April, Friday the 10th of April, and what a game that is, affecting the bottom of the league. We know that Wolves are already down, but they're playing West Ham at West Ham, and that's going to be a massive game. On this Saturday the 11th, Burnley play Brighton. That's Burnley are down out. There's no doubt about that. So the games on Monday the 13th, the one we're interested in, that's Manchester United against Leeds, 8 o'clock kickoff. Unfortunately, work takes me away from that on that evening, so I can't do a live stream on that. But I shall be listening on the radio. And Leeds have got Wolverhampton at home on the 18th. That's got to be a must-win. It's got to be a must-win. Some big games coming up over the next few weeks for a lot of the teams down at the bottom there. The next 2 or 3 games could define some of these teams' positions in the Premier League, including Leeds. Still waiting for the teams to go out for this second half. I would make another few minutes before they do. Nothing on the TV yet. It's still advertisements. Get your thoughts in the chat if you've got a score prediction for this second half. Remember, it's 1-1 at half time. Could go either way. Both teams have created chances, but we are stuck at 1-1, so it's all to play for. Probably Liverpool have more to play for than Brighton do, but you wouldn't believe that, the way that Milner and Minte have been throwing themselves around. Minte's had a good game so far, and so has Milner. But Minte is on a yellow card and probably on his last warning. Will the Brighton manager think it's probably prudent to take him off rather than risk him getting sent off? But then they'll be losing his attacking flair down that left-hand side because he's given Frimpong quite a hard time in that first half. And he looks like creating chances every time he's got the ball. Him and Kadioglu down that left-hand side have combined well together. Still no sign of the coverage starting at the moment. There we are. We are back now. We'll get an aerial view of the stadium there in Brighton. It looks like the substitutes maybe still on the pitch warming up, so they're just looking at that possible second yellow card for Mincy when he threw himself down in the penalty area. Yeah, just dived in the penalty area. The referee thought better of it. Arne Slot thought it was a dive. But we're about to get a resumption because the Brighton players are coming out through the tunnel now. There's no sign of the Liverpool players yet, but I can't imagine they're going to be that far behind them. Minty is still on, so they haven't decided to take him off, so they are risking him for this second half. Looks nice there down on the south coast, nice and sunny. Early spring sunshine, probably not so hot, but still nice enough. What is it, boy? What is it? So we're underway for the second half. Brighton kicking from right to left in this second half. Let's get rid of that sub-timer. Ball goes high into the air, headed down. Picked up by Curtis Jones on the far side. Goes all the way back to Verbruggen. He lays it back to Van Heck. Oh, it's Van Heck or Van Hecker, but anyway, it is. Grosser puts the ball in, headed back out again. Out for a throw to Liverpool over on the far side. It's about halfway inside the Brighton half. McAllister has it now. Lays it back to Curtis Jones. Back to McAllister, back to Jones. Gakpo now. Comes out and then turns to go back in. Just outside the edge of the box on the left-hand side. He's into the box now. He's been crowded out, but he's still managed to retain possession. He lays it into Szoboszlai. He comes out and opens his right-hand side up to get the cross out to Frimpong, but his control is poor. Minte takes it off him. And then Kadioglu helps it down the line. But his pass is too long and too close to the touchline, and it goes out for a throw to Liverpool. In the shade, this near side now, at the Amex Stadium. Free kick given to Liverpool. Bit of pushing and pulling going on there. It's just inside the Liverpool half. Welbeck stands in the way and is going to get a yellow card for that. Well, if he doesn't, he should do, because he was stood about a yard away from Szoboszlai taking the free kick. Referee comes across to have a word, and he does get the yellow card, Welbeck, and it's deserved that, because he stood in front of the ball, blocking the free kick from being taken. He knows what he's doing. He can question everything what he likes, but he knows what he's doing. Ball goes all the way back to Mamardashvili. Out to Van Dijk. Plays it inside to Kerkez. Kerkez has passed back to Van Dijk. He's picked off and Brighton can come away with the ball. Grosser made a run into the middle. Laid into Welbeck. It's just toe end away. Takes the ball away from Welbeck, and Gravenberch can come away with it. Hinchelwood trying to challenge him. It comes into McAllister. McAllister going to go across the pitch looking for Frimpong, but that's well over his head. It takes a couple of bounces and goes out for a throw, and that's another inaccurate pass from Liverpool. Yeah, I've got to agree with you, Jim. Liverpool have got to quicken the ball up, haven't they? Quicken the movement up. The passing's so slow. It's one of the criticisms of Liverpool there's been this season. There's no intensity in their play, and the fans have said that as well. Throw just on the halfway line. Flicked inside. Milner, stretching, loses the ball. Verts gives it to Szoboszlai, but Frimpong was the out ball, but Minte's covering him again. Well done by Minte. Gets the ball all the way back to Verbruggen. Verbruggen drives it long. Now Minte is chasing with Szoboszlai. Minte lays it back. It's well played. Gross just inside to Welbeck. Minte's cross is picked off. Verts is away now. Verts brings it down. He's got the two centre-halves with him. Gakpo hits the back of the defender, and Brighton get it away. Welbeck lays it off to Van Hecker. He tried to get Kadioglu away down the right-hand side, and it was just half a yard in front of Kadioglu. We just couldn't reach it. Otherwise, there would have been a break on for Brighton. Ball's with Kanate now, just inside Liverpool half on the centre circle. He plays it into, is that Verts or McAllister? Can't see, it's so dark on that half. It's McAllister. Goes out to Curtis Jones. He has to come back inside. He's under pressure from Welbeck. Squares it into the centre circle on the halfway line. It's Virgil van Dijk. He rolls it into McAllister. Verts lays it back to Gravenberch. Out to Jones. Into Verts. Laid back to Gakpo. Back to Verts again. Gakpo twisting and turning in the box, but he's crowded out and the ball's cleared away. Welbeck. Van Dijk challenges him. He goes down, no foul, giving Liverpool have the ball. Kerkers chips it forward, looking for Gakpo. Can he make it? He does flick it back, but it's Milner who's there at the near post to hook it away. Kerkers gives it back to Van Dijk. Verts now, down that inside left channel, lays it back to Gravenberch. 5 yards to the right is Jones. Tries to thread a quick ball in to Gakpo. He can't control that and it goes out for a goal kick. Liverpool fans just finding a bit of voice there, trying to get behind their team, trying to just maybe lift them a bit because they have looked a bit flat today. Verbruggen chips one forward. Looking for Minte. He's got round the other side of Frimpong. Frimpong manages to hold him up. Minte squares it to Kadioglu. Going through the middle. He has a shot from outside the box and Mamadashvili palms it away, diving to his right, and it goes out for a corner. So it's a good effort, but Mamadashvili palms that one away. Oh, and that corner is taken quickly, and it's Vifa who comes in with a flying header at the back post and manages to glance it wide. Any sort of better touch, and that was in the back of the net because he was right in the middle of the goal, and it had gone over the head of everybody. And maybe Welbeck's jumped just in front of him, maybe just put him off. Brought down by a dunk on the halfway line. Under pressure, he manages to turn and get it all the way back to Verbruggen. Verbruggen's going to launch it forward again. Looking for Minte, but Minte is quick, but not that quick. It's all the way out for a goal kick. What I was trying to say from that corner that Brighton almost scored was that Mamadashvili diving to his right, palmed the ball away from a corner. I remember years ago when goalkeepers were to catch those balls, it was an easy catch. It was under no pressure. It was a safe, comfortable catch, and he palmed it away for a corner. It's the changing style of goalkeepers now where catching seems to be a thing of the past. Throw comes all the way back to Curtis Jones in his area, almost on his 6-yard box. He checks and goes back to the left where Van Dijk gets the ball. He plays it inside. Verts is beaten to it though, a tackle from behind, and it comes out to Gross now on the edge of the box. Tries to thread it through, but it's intercepted by Van Dijk. And then there's a foul on the edge of the box. Referee gives a foul. It's Hinchelwood who dived in there. Don't really caught anybody. Didn't look to be much in it, but the referee thought there was. Zoboslai. His clearance is picked off, but Zoboslai is quickly in there before Minte goes long and left looking for the run of Gakpo, but it's just a fraction over his head. There's a loud cheer as he's given offside anyway. Back in play with Grosser. Van Heck coming down the left-hand side. He's got support from Kadioglu. Kadioglu is moving across. Tries to spread it out wide to the right, but it's deflected away, but it's picked up again by Brighton with Gomez. Across to the left, back to Gross. He's got Minte with him and gets it to Minte. He puts a cross in deep, and it's a good one, and in they go. And Welbeck puts it in, and he must have been offside. He looked offside when that ball was put back. Will there be a check on that? It's a great cross by Minte. He took it early this time, rather than going for the byline like he has done all the time. His cross went in early at the back post. It was squared back to Welbeck, and Welbeck just slotted it into an empty net. But there's a VAR check. I thought he possibly was offside, but we'll see now as Minte gets the ball and puts his cross in early now. He's onside when the original cross goes in. Oh, he's offside there. He's gone just a fraction beyond the ball. I'm sure he has. But the lines will come in and we shall see. But I'm sure he's in front of the ball. That was my initial reaction when he put the ball in. And VAR is coming now, and I'm sure he's offside. Just a fraction. Maybe his left hand. It does look offside to me. Waiting for the lines to come in. It's frozen on the possible offside goal check. We're still waiting for a decision. It's a goal. Well, I didn't even see the lines go in, but the goal is given. And I thought it was offside. We haven't seen the lines put in, but at Stockley Park, they've obviously think that he was onside. And Welbeck has scored too. And Minte, again, is the cause of all the problems for Liverpool. Back on the way after that check. Headed back forward by Wirtz. Gakpo trying to get in there. McAllister heads it forward. Gakpo flicks it forward. Put in by Kerkez. It's cleared by Van Heck. Zoboszlai will bring it down. Van Dijk. Lost by Gravenberch. Won back by Curtis Jones, but he's gone down injured. Kerkez now, but he's not going to get to keep that in. I've got to agree with you, Jim. Looked offside to me. I saw it first time. I've seen it second time. I've seen it several times, and I haven't changed my mind. That looked offside to me. And we didn't get the lines put in, so there was no confirmation of what they saw at Stockley Park. I don't know. Another iffy VAR check that's not been cleared. We've not seen anything. We don't know what they saw that we didn't see. Again. Well, they've just tried to put the lines in there, saying that the ball was in front of Welbeck's arm. I didn't see that. I still don't see it. I don't believe it. Ball comes into Kadioglu, slips it inside to Liverpool, retreating back as Minte is going to run at Kanate this time. He goes past him, gets his cross in. It's cleared away by Gravenberch. Zoboslai hacks it forward. One for Wirtz to chase. Verbruggen's well out of his goal and vols it high into the air. Almost brought down there by Hinchelwood. Minte has the ball. He's brought down on the edge of the box by Frimpong. Frimpong's going to get a yellow card for that by the looks of things. And he does get a yellow card. And Minte has been a real handful for Frimpong all game. And there must have been a bit of contact, I guess, but it didn't seem a great deal. Substitutes getting ready for Liverpool, but they've got to face this free kick first. Welbeck stood over it. Milner stood over it. Gross has stood over it. Looks like Gomez is there as well. Mamardashvili is just trying to organise his wall to cover that right-hand post. Looks like Gomez is lining this one up. It's over to the left-hand side, just a couple of yards outside the Liverpool box. He comes in now and strikes it, and it's a good diving save to his left. Mamardashvili gets his right hand up and palms the ball away. It's a good free kick, that, by Gomez. A lot of curl and pace on it, and it was going in. Needed saving. Throw to Brighton. Thrown to Hinchelwood. He tries to backheel it in. Gravenberch gets it away. Gakpo can come on the counter now. He tries to turn inside. Been chased down. Gets it down the right-hand side, looking for the run of Frimpong, but it's too far forward. Verbruggen's quickly out of his area. Zoboslai heads the ball in. Welbeck gets it to Kadioglu. He can't keep it in on the halfway line. Frimpong's going off. Ngamoa. That probably means that Zoboslai will go to right back, I guess. Unless Jones does. Yeah, I see what you mean about that, Jim. I think what they're saying is that if the player's not in front of the ball when it's passed, he's onside. Van Hecker volleys it away into touch. Throw to Liverpool. Let's see how they change their... Because Ngamoa will play on the left-hand side. Looks like Jones maybe has gone to right back. He has the ball now. Cutting inside. And chased by Kadioglu. Gravenberch on the right-hand side. Zoboslai. He squares it to Wirtz. Into Jones on his left foot. Can he curl it in? He can. And Verbruggen diving to his right. Palms it around the post. A nice low shot that was going in the far corner. And Verbruggen gets his angles right and gets a big right-hand palm down to that ball and pushes it away. Corner to Liverpool. On the Liverpool left-hand side, Zoboslai goes across to take a right-footed in-swinger. In it comes now. Verbruggen punches it, and it's a bit of a sliced punch. Don't know what he did, but it's gone over his head and gone out to the far side for another corner. Mischarmed his jump, his punch or whatever. It came off the back of his hands. No harm done, I guess, just another corner. Zoboslai has come across to this near side to take this one. This time a right-footed away swinger. Szoboszlai, left hand in the air, couple of steps up, lets it go. Free head at the near post for McAllister there, and he's added it wide. He's got to get that on target. He's headed it 2 or 3 yards wide there. He's got to get it on target. Just look at that one again, that goal. And he's in front there. He's in front of the ball. His left hand is in front of that ball. You won't convince me that Welbeck was not in front of that ball when it was played back across to him. His left hand was well in front of that ball. And I'll never be convinced that it wasn't. And VAR are still not giving us definitive proof that he was onside. Ball's back with Verbruggen. Van Hecke plays it inside to Milner. Pass is cut out by Kerkez, picked up by Milner again. He's under pressure from Wirtz. It's Gomez now. Gross, who's helping out in defence. Left foot, Kadioglu. Minte picks the loose ball up. He's going to let it run out for a throw to Brighton. Gross is going to come across for this one. Leaves it for Kadioglu. Chipped forward. Curtis Jones brings it down. Gives it to Gravenberch. He's brought down by Hinchelwood. Free kick. Kanate is going to take this. He doesn't know what to do, whether to go long or give it to Mamardashvili. He goes long eventually. Szoboszlai flicks it on. Helped on by Gakpo. Played back forward. Headed on by Hinchelwood. Minte's away on the inside left channel now. He's coming in on goal. He's got a chance to hit it straight at Mamardashvili. And it's a great save. Hits him in the chest, but he stood up big there. Van Hecke's brought down by McAllister. Just inside the Liverpool half. It was a really good save. McAllister gets a yellow card. Minte just opened it up on his left foot and hit it well. Mamardashvili stood up big and tall and strong. Kept Liverpool in the game. If they'd have conceded the third, you would have thought that Liverpool would have been out of it. The referee's throwing yellow cards around as Fabian Herzler gets a yellow card for some reason. Ball goes back to Verbruggen. To the right, Van Hecke. Van Hecke goes long. And Vasco broses. And he's got men in support as well. And he just allowed the ball to run away from him. And Van Dijk got in there when it looked on down the left-hand side for a run at goal by Minte, I think it was. Kerkez gives it to Mamardashvili. Welbeck almost closes him down, but it's headed back forward. It's picked up again. Gomez battling for it. Wirtz gets the benefit of the deflection as it goes out for a throw. Liverpool's throw. Taken quickly to Kerkez. Back to Wirtz. Gravenberch now. Kerkez. McAllister's managed to hold it up, waiting for support. In Gamoa to Gakpo. Gakpo squares it. Jones has to go back. Plays a little ball in. It's a poor pass, is that, to McAllister. Minte is away down the left-hand side. It's his out ball every time, and he's got two with him. He's got Jones and Kanate. Kanate is a bit stronger, and he's held the ball up. Minte is still battling for it. He's managed to drag it out eventually, and it's been given as a corner. I didn't think so. I thought that Minte dragged that ball out last. Lest my eyes deceive me. It's been given as a corner, but it didn't look like it. We may get a replay of that, maybe not. '70th minute, 20 minutes to go. Liverpool get themselves back into this game. They need something from it. It's going to be a right-footed in-swinger from the left-hand side from Gross. 3 lined out at the back post. It could be another deep one here. Hand in the air. Couple of steps forward, and in it comes. Headed away by Zoboslai. Milner comes loose. Welbeck tries to have a shot. It comes out wide again. It's dragged back in. Van Dijk blocks it. Out it comes. Fed all the way back to Verbruggen. Verbruggen's going to put it straight back in there again now. Out wide. Can Gomez keep it in? He did do. He's conceded the throw rather than let it out for a goal kick. Looks like a Brighton sub is imminent here. That's a poor volley across the box that, well, it's given away by Minte. It's one of the only times that he has. So Bordai goes down under the challenge of Kadioglu. Minte has the ball now. He's going to slow things down a bit. It's given to Gross. He goes across to Dunk. Van Hekke over on the far side now. Looking for a ball down the line. Plays it inside. Gomez gets it across. Is that Vifa out there? Can't see with the sun. Keke's been hassled in there by Gomez. Liverpool win the throw though. Keke slices his clearance. Didn't go very far. Brighton have picked the ball up, chipped it forward, looking for Welbeck. Kanate. Oh, he's lost the ball, has he? And then I don't know, he's barged. He barged Welbeck over. Referee says there's nothing wrong with that. Ball comes away, and Gamoa, he's brought down there, and the free kick's given there. Kanate. There's nothing in that. Nothing in that. They're both battling for the ball. Welbeck did go down, but there was no foul there. Play goes on. McAllister. Supposed to be into Gravenberg, but it was picked up by Wirtz. Kerkez gives it to Ngamoa. Wins the throw. McAllister, who's laying deep now, looking for more possession, gets it across to Van Dijk. Van Dijk gives it to Kerkez just inside the Brighton half. He lays it back to Wirtz, coming across the centre, just inside the Brighton half, moving to the right-hand side. He gives it to Kanate. Kanate goes right to Curtis Jones, and then he's going backwards and gives it to McAllister. To the left is Van Dijk. Goes good run by Van Dijk. He went past Welbeck, was fouled. The referee gave nothing. It was cleared away, but it's been picked up again by Curtis Jones. And Kanate, he's got Wirtz outside of him and gives it to him. Back to Kanate. Back on the halfway, and it's Jones. Jones lays it across to Van Dijk on the left-hand side. He gives it to Ngamora, who's further forward. He skips past Vifa. Skip past Gomez, actually, and Vifa was the one who challenged him, and he think the goal kick's been given. Minte's going off. Looks like he was just running out of a bit of steam later on in that half there, where he had the ball a few times and slowed the game right down. But he's done his bit. Mitoma's coming on and Balaba's coming on as well for Brighton. So Minte goes off. Mitoma comes on. And James Milner goes off as well. I think that right-hand side of the Liverpool defence will be glad to see the back of Minte. No doubt about that. So Andy Robertson comes on and Chiesa comes on. Kerkez has gone off with an injury. He's limping round the touchline. So that's a swap for swap there. Kanate's gone off. Chiesa's come on. Liverpool going for a bit more of an attacking line-up. Oh, they've got to. They've got to go for it. A 2-1 loss is no good to them. They've only got 14 minutes, 13 and a half minutes to do it. Ball's back in play. Robertson heads the ball down. Van Dijk heads the ball. Baleba gets it to Kadioglu. Minte now. Not Minte, Mitoma. He skips past. It's a great. Oh, pull the ball back. Hinchelwood, it came to his, and he got it under his feet, and he had to slot it into the empty goal, and he couldn't. Chiesa now is in the box on his left foot, blocked by Van Hecke. Hinchelwood has got to have scored to make it 3-1 there. It was a great run by Mitoma, squared to Hinchelwood in the 6-yard box, and it got stuck under his feet, and he couldn't side foot it into a pretty empty net. I see Hinchelwood's chance again now. Mitoma just skips inside Curtis Jones. If he's not there, he squares it. Hinchelwood tries to slot it in with his left foot, misses it completely, went through his legs and was cleared away. What a chance for Brighton to seal the points. So Bosley brings down Mitoma on the halfway line, free kick, and he gets a yellow card. And the referee's been throwing these yellow cards around like they're confetti. It's a challenge, it's a free kick, but that's all. There's no need to throw yellow cards around at everybody. Minty can't keep the ball in, it goes out for a goal kick. Chiesa gets out to Curtis Jones. Curtis Jones forced to go back. Gravenberch back to Jones. Mitoma blocks the path down the line for Gravenberch, concedes the throw, but Liverpool finding it difficult to get the ball forward. Vert's battling for it with Gross, wins the ball, tries to go long and left to Gakpo. Gakpo's first touch allowed the defender to get in there. So Bosley picks the loose ball up though. cross deflected by Robertson. I thought it was deflected. It obviously can't have been because it's a groan as it's given us a goal kick. Into the last 10. McAllister battling for it. Throw for Liverpool. Supposed to be thrown at Gakpo, but it was too quick for him. Szoboszlai is in there to win the ball back, though. Then he gets out to the right to Ngamo, who has gone on to the right-hand side now, but he can't get round Kadioglu, and he's fouled him trying to. Brighton taking the sting out of the game now in the last 10 minutes. They've all retreated and left this one to Verbruggen, who's just jogged across, taking his time. Another minute wasted there. Ball high. Jones wins the header. Van Dijk wins the second. Kadioglu wins the ball. Mitoma. Jones goes over. Mitoma. It's well played by Mitoma. Welbeck gets it back to Mitoma. Into the box. Just toe-ended away from him, and Curtis Jones can clear it down the line. But it's brought down on the chest by the centre-half. Given to Kadioglu, to Mitoma. Deflected out. Throw to Brighton. Round of applause for the endeavour from Brighton. There's going to be some more substitutions. Looks like Rutter's coming on and Welbeck's going off. Round of applause. A loud cheer for Welbeck. Even at full speed there, Welbeck still looked offside when they're showing his goal there. He still looked offside to me. Hinchelwood goes off as Rutter comes on. And Ayari comes on as well. Kadioglu's going to take the throw. Headed away by Jones, still in his box though. Well, Szoboszlai wins a free kick there, but he fell down. There was no one anywhere near him. The referee bought it. Yeah, I've got to agree, Jim. Liverpool have been poor, especially in this second half. Chiesa lays the ball out to Jones, then gets the ball back from Jones. He tries to go long and left, but it's blocked by Baleba, and it goes out for a throw. The referee's not having it taken from there and says, go back 10 yards, given to Jones, who takes the throw. He goes all the way back to Gravenberch, who's playing, I guess, centre-half now. Van Dijk gets the ball, goes out to the left-hand side. Ngamo has moved across back to that side again. He's going for the byline. Does he get his cross in? He does. Chiesa can't control it. He thinks it should have been a corner, but didn't look like one. And I get a yellow card there. I don't know that's for Verbruggen, but quite rightly too. They were taking the goal kick from the left-hand side and then decide to move it to the right-hand side. That's delaying the game in anybody's opinion. And quite rightly, the referee's given a yellow card. I don't know if it's to Dunk or not. It looks like it was. And now he misses the next game. Hooked away by Robertson. High into the air. Goes back to Robinson. He heads it back forward. McAllister helps it on. Gakpo on his own, though, inside the box, is waiting for support to come in. Tries to get it onto his right foot and hits a shot that's parried away by Verbruggen. And then ball's headed back to him by Van Hecker, I think. And Verbruggen's got back to his feet and makes a catch. Baleba now. Away down the middle. Looking for support. This comes through to Kadioglu. And McAllister gets a challenge in and concedes a corner. And you just can't see Liverpool getting back into this. They haven't really looked like it in this second half. They haven't played well enough. There's been no cohesion in the passing. I've been surprised at the team formation as well. It hasn't looked the usual Liverpool side. Nothing's come together from today. The passing has been slow and ponderous, and they're giving the ball away too many times. Corner from the left-hand side, right-footed in, swing it. Hand in the air. In it comes now. Near post, it's flicked across. Oh, it's cleared away. There was a half volley in the box from the headed clearance. I couldn't see who it was because of the sun, but it's cleared away. It's another good half chance there. Mitoma does well. Kadioglu plays the ball down the line, looking for Rutte. Rutte manages to keep it in. Szoboszlai takes the ball off him, though. Gravenberch is fouled by Rutte on the edge of the box. The referee allows it to go on, but it was a foul. Mamdashvili chips one forward. Verts heads it back to Jones. Jones squares it to Szoboszlai. Szoboszlai tries to play a ball into Verts. It's cut out, but they retain possession. Szoboszlai gets it from Van Dijk. This time he spreads it over to the left to Ungamoe. Brings it down. He's got Vifa with him. Comes inside, tries to go around him. Vifa sticks to his task. The pass comes to Jones. Jones gets out to the right to Verts. Gives it back to Jones. Szoboszlai. Van Dijk inside, goes for the return ball from Robertson, gets his cross in, it's headed away at the near post. Robertson manages to let the ball go out for the throw. Robertson now gives it back to McAllister. McAllister squares it to Szoboszlai. Szoboszlai squares it to Curtis Jones. Curtis Jones is going backwards towards the halfway line. Squares it to Van Dijk. Van Dijk then gives it to Robertson. And Gomorrah outside him. Goes past one, Gomez. Goes past the second. Cuts inside. Gomez got back to him and concedes the corner, but it's a fantastic run by Ungamoa. He's added a bit of flair to the Liverpool side. It was Curtis Jones who made a great save from that half volley from... I can't see who it was. Last minute corner to Liverpool. Szoboszlai is going to take it right-footed in-swinger. Can Liverpool get on the end of one? And it comes right under the crossbar. It's an easy catch for Bruggen. That's not a good delivery. Rolls it out quickly to Mitoma. Who's coming away? No, it's not Mitoma, it's Kadioglu. And Kadioglu... Another yellow card for Chiesa. He might have pushed Kadioglu. Kadioglu gave the ball up and just stopped expecting the free kick. And the referee gets the yellow card out again for nothing. Mitoma now into the box, been allowed to square it to the edge of the box. Shot is going to come, is it? Mitoma's there, chips it. Mamdashvili blocks it. It's out to the right-hand side again. Gross. There's it back. Kadioglu gets it back. Mitoma in the corner now. Tries to go around Jones. Sabozlai. Mitoma. It's all go. Brighton really pressing now. Liverpool can't handle those little dribbles into the box that are creating the chances. And they've been lucky that it hasn't fell to a Brighton player to be able to slop 6 minutes of added time. Gomez goes off. He's had a good game as Gomez. Substitution for Brighton. Veltman comes on just to shore up that midfield or defence. In fact, he goes all the way across there to take the throw, and that's wasted a few more seconds as that. Arne Slot has certainly relayed that to the fourth official. Throw's taken. Cleared away from Gross. Still be a Brighton throw. Minute and a half of the six gone already, and it's still deep inside the Liverpool half over on the far side. And Brighton are not in any hurry to take this throw. Headed away again there by Chiesa. And then pumped over the bar. Mamdashvili squares it to Gravenberch. Curtis Jones back to Gravenberch. They've been forced back in their own half, and Mamdashvili clears one high into the air, but not very far. Szoboszlai concedes a foul. He just turned his man in the air, and Liverpool have got a resigned look on their face that this game has gone. Rutter tries to lay the ball into Mitoma. Puts the challenge in on Gravenberch, wins the ball, but concedes the throw right next to the corner flag. Jones takes it, volleys it away. There's Szoboszlai. It's picked up by Dunk. Kadioglu's had another good game. Gross. Rutter, they're all battling for it. Foul goes down. Chiesa gets the ball away. Wirtz gets out to Ongamore on the left-hand side. They're streaming forward, Liverpool. Ongamore is brought down, and that's going to be a yellow card, at least. That's Veltman, I think. He's only just come on. He's going to get a yellow card for that. No, it's Vifa. Yeah, it is Vifa. You sometimes wonder whether that's more than a yellow card, because that's a professional foul, and we shouldn't allow that in the game. Last chance, last minute, just about. Szoboszlai from the left-hand side to swing one in, right-footed. Whistle goes, hand in the air. Szoboszlai chips it into the box now. He's had a shot at the goal, and it's gone straight into the arms of Verbruggen, and that was awful. And Szoboszlai has not had a good game today. His deliveries from set pieces have been poor. He's not influenced the game in midfield like you would expect him to do. Rutter's win the ball back on the edge of the area. Good footwork. Lays it into the left-hand side where Mitoma was waiting, but eventually given offside. I don't know whether it was Rutter who was offside, but 30 seconds left and Liverpool have got to get forward. And it's one of the things that Curtis Jones does not do, and that's get the ball forward quickly. 10 seconds. Now it's driven high into the air. Chiesa working hard to get it under control. Ball goes out for a corner, does it? The referee's linesman has given a goal kick, and that'll just about do it, I would imagine. With less than a minute to go. Chiesa's mortified that he didn't get the corner there, but it wasn't. Goal kick's taken now. Swinging out to the left-hand side. It's going to go out over top of everybody. No. Mitoma must have kept that in. Van Dijk heads it back forward. Goes past everybody as Gakpo tried to come for it, but it goes back to Verbruggen. Curtis Jones now hooks it back over his own head. Volleyed high into the air. Out for the throw to Liverpool. Time is up. It's a matter of how much more the referee's going to add on. Curtis Jones doesn't get the ball forward. Almost came to Rutter, but Gravenberch hooks it away. And looks like Rutter may have been offside there as well. Verts has gone down with a challenge, and the referee's just been told to hold the game by VAR for a second, has he? That's it, high into the air. Up to Virgil van Dijk, but he's not going to win that. Comes down to Rutter. He's got a chance to run forward and lay it down the line. That's a poor ball by Rutter. He picked the wrong pass. Foul on Szoboszlai. He's going to drive it forward high into the air again. Van Dijk's still up there, but that's the end of the game. And yeah, Brighton deserve that win. They've been the better game. They've been the better team, and Liverpool looked a shadow of the team that beat Galatasaray on Wednesday. And Szoboszlai was poor, and he's the main man for creativity in that Liverpool midfield, and it just looked like they didn't have any energy. Looked like the Liverpool team on the whole didn't have the energy and the fight for this game. So that's it. A 2-1 win. That's a blow to Liverpool's chances of getting a European spot, because that allows Chelsea to be able to catch them. Aston Villa as well are still in it. Still 7 games to go for Liverpool, but now they look forward to their FA Cup game against Man City in a couple of weeks' time. That's a big game, is that? And Liverpool will be hoping that their players that go away for international break will come back fit and raring to go again for the last push, last few games of the season. But there we have it. That's game over with for today. Hope you've enjoyed it. Thanks for joining us. Thanks to Jim again, who's again been active in the chat. It's good to have your input, Jim. We really do appreciate it. Hope you can join us again tomorrow for the Tyne Weir derby. I think it's about a 12 o'clock kickoff, but if you hit the notification bell, you'll be told when it's about to start. Before you all leave, if you're not a subscriber, please do become a subscriber. Hit that like button as well. It helps. Yeah, I thought it would be a tight game, Jim, this. I thought that Liverpool would play better than they did and give a better account of themselves. I'm still convinced that Danny Welbeck's second goal was offside, the winning goal. But there you are. We might hear more from that in the next couple of hours or so. But it looked offside to me. But Liverpool got what they deserved, I think, in the end there. When Ekitike went off, that really hit their team structure badly. They had nothing up front after he went off. So we'll leave it at that. Join us tomorrow about 12 o'clock if you can for the Tyne Weir derby. There are a couple of games on tonight that I can't do, unfortunately, especially the Leeds game. But thanks to everybody. Enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll see you again tomorrow. Thanks, Jim. See you again.